Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today, I will be reading a multi-character exeter by Banksy's on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Bakugou Katsuki. Bakugou was the strongest person I'd ever known in her whole life. He was determined, stubborn, and the embodiment of strength and bravery to you. Perhaps he was too courageous sometimes. Perhaps he was too rash and inconsiderate. But you could tell, for everything he did, that he was powerful and strong. And it was not just about his quirk, it was about his heart as well. How much he could withstand. He knew he was strong from the moment you met him, and nothing in the whole world could change that. So when you went to Katsuki's room to ask him why he didn't go to class and ask if everything was alright, your heart sank when you saw him sitting on the bed with his arms on his knees and with his head down. You could only hear a few sobs coming from Bakugou, which made your heart feel even tighter. "Get out of here," he replied raspily. He never cried in front of you, never cried in front of anyone, because he was Katsuki. He was powerful and strong, and he was going to be the #1 hero. And heroes didn't cry, not when it came to him, and you were special to him. You were the most important person in his life, and he would do anything in the world so he wouldn't have to see him like this, to seem so vulnerable and weak. You approached him and sat right next to him, putting an arm around his neck and being completely silent. "I told you to get out of here." He tries to say it cruelly to you, but his voice betrays him, breaking when you hug him even more. He ends up just relaxing in your arms, and you let him cry for as long as he needs to. You stay with him for hours, just hugging him, showing him that you are with him for anything and everything, and that you will not let him fall. And he was so grateful that you didn't leave, because he feels so safe in your arms. And he knew, just right then and there, that you were his safe haven. Todoroki Shoto. Todoroki had usually kept his emotions under control, having lived within the war most of his life. So he couldn't sacrifice and show his own emotions to him like that. He couldn't be vulnerable. And with years and practice, he knew he was perfect at masking his emotions. Even when they were too strong, even when they were too painful, he always fought through. But right now, it was too much. And then the war wasn't around. So maybe, just for this moment, he would let himself be. Maybe he could do this, and just let it out. And when he saw him, he didn't know how to react, because Todoroki was crying. He had never seen him like this. He knew he was having some problems with his family at home, along with the pressure of school. And all he wanted in the world was to be able to take all the pain out of your boyfriend. You thought about leaving him alone, but you also wanted to help him in some way. "Shoto," you whispered, as you ran your hand through his hair. "Do you want to talk, my love?" You murmured gently, trying to offer him comfort in any way you could give. Even if you had to talk to him, or just listen, or just be there. You just wanted to make him feel better. Toto just stayed silent, and he thought he wanted you to get out. I'll leave him alone. But when you turned around, he pulled on your arm. Stay, he whispered in a broken voice. And you just nodded and sat next to him. You let Shoto have his own time to pour out his feelings, while you just hugged him, showing that you wouldn't let him carry that pain alone, and that you'd always be there with him, no matter what. Shinzo Hitoshi. Shinzo was a very guarded person, so it all came to you as a surprise, because he was never this vulnerable with his own emotions. Not even to you. There was always some degree of nervousness in there, as he tried to get used to being close to you. So when you saw him crying, your first reaction was to leave him alone. Let him have his own space and time. You didn't want to leave him alone. In fact, all you wanted was to be able to hug him tightly and not let him go anymore. But you knew that it was better to let him have his own time. So a few hours passed, and he went to his room to see how he was faring, and if he wanted to talk, if he got better. Because all this time, you were worried about him. Hey, baby, how are you? Sorry to be away, but I thought you wanted to be alone for a while. I wanted to give you some space. He came to you and hugged you tightly and whispered a thank you into your neck. He smiled and stroked his back and then kissed his forehead with love and gentleness. And you could feel him melting right there under your touch. And you could tell that God, he needed it so much. And you were more than glad to be there and be able to offer it.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.